Hi everybody, it's Emma Burke here. Welcome to Tea with the Druid 97. So just let me know if you're here by saying hi so that I know everybody is receiving this. So just let me know if you're there. Yes, I think I see some little thumbs up sign. So, oh great, okay. So tonight I'm going to tell you a story. Now, even though it's close to sound, this isn't a scary story. It's called The Man in the Tree. So I'll just wait until I see if someone can say hi to me. That will ease my insecurity. That it's just not people from outer space sending hearts and little thumbs up signs. It would be nice. So anyway, I'm just going to trust that you're out there. So a long time ago in the land of Ireland, there lived a great band of warriors called the Fianna. And they were tasked with maintaining the safety and protection of the people of the land and maintaining the integrity of the island. And their great leader was called Finn McCool. And they had a code of honour, a threefold code of honour. First one was Glán or Gree, purity of our hearts. Neart our meg, strength of our limbs. And Barth, the rare Ormriher, our actions true to our words. So what the Fianna would do is they would process around the island of Ireland to making sure that all was well. And on one particular time, they were camped beside the River Shore, which is in the southeast of Ireland. And on the first evening, they'd set about cooking, but when they went to eat, they discovered that the food was gone. And they were mystified, not knowing what had happened. And the same thing happened the second evening. And Finn noticed there was a she, an otherworldly mound nearby, and he thought, I wonder if the Dini she got something to do with the missing food. So he said the next day, I'll keep an eye out, which he did. And after the food was cooked, but before they set out to eat, he noticed the doorway to the she opening, and he saw this she come out, whose name happened to be Cool Dove. I know these things. And he watched as Cool walked slowly up towards the camp, towards the cooking pit, taking the food and heading back as quickly as he could back to his she. But Finn chased after him, and he was very, very fast. And just as Cool Dove was about to go into the she, Finn grabbed him by the shoulder, and with such force that he found himself propelled with Cool Dove inside the she on the ground. Anyway, Finn got up as quickly as he could, and there before him was a banshee, a woman of the she, not a banshee, another thing entirely. And she had a drinking vessel in her hand. She had been giving out some drink. And she was very quick, and she went to slam the door of the she so that she could trap Finn inside. But he was quicker. He got his thumb and jammed it between the door and the doorpost. So the door didn't close, and he made his escape. But such was his pain in his thumb that all he could do was put it in his mouth to give himself some comfort. But with that came the Imas, that which illumines. And he began to chant incantations. So, was sometime later when the Fianna were doing some raiding. I did say they were very honourable, but there were times when they fell from grace a little bit. And they had defeated the people of the Déisi. And as was the custom, not a very nice custom, mind you, they would take the women back with them. And there was one beautiful woman that Finn took a shine to. But she was having none of it. She wasn't in the least bit interested in him. She was interested in a simple cook, although he was a member of the Fianna, and his name was Carr-Gomm, son of O'Dira. And she would sit in fascination as she watched him cook. But one of the things he used to do was to jump back and forth over the cooking pit. And it was that made her fall in love with him. And after a time, she approached him and she said, Carr-Gomm, I would have you with me. Why not come to my bed? And he looked at her and he said, indeed, you are a very beautiful woman. I am sorely tempted. However, Finn has his eye on you, and I dare not incur his wrath. And such was her disappointment. She flew into a rage. And she incited Finn against him. Let us set on him with force. And Finn, for all his wisdom, wasn't always the brightest when it came to love and the matters of women, and his jealousy, said to Carr-Gomm, be gone from this camp. Be gone, you. I will give you a truce of 3 days and 3 nights. After that, beware of me. So Carr-Gomm ran off as fast as he could and as far away as he could from the camp. He came to a woods and he went deep into the woods till he came to a clearing. And there he saw a tree. He climbed up into the tree. And a sense of peace and calm came over him. And so it was, towards the end of the 3rd day, and he ate the other half himself. And then he would take an apple from the bronze vessel, divide it in 2, give half and throw it down to the stag at the foot of the tree, and then eat the other one himself. And then he would take the bronze vessel and he offered the water to the stag to drink, the blackbird, the trout, and himself. And all was well. And the Fianna said to Finn, who can that man be? We cannot recognize him because he has a hooded cloak and it's concealing his identity. And Finn put his thumb into his mouth. And he said, aha, because the Imas, which illumines, came to him, and he chanted an incantation. Aha, this is Carr-Gomm, son of O'Dira. That man is he in that tree. And that's the end of the story. And you will have already heard how Finn McCool got the Imas through the salmon of knowledge, but that is a story for another night. And as a storyteller, we get sometimes very scant stories in the literature, and it's up to us as storytellers to put flesh onto stories, and stories can grow with the telling. But also we have our own meaning that we can attach to a story. We interpret stories in different ways. So what does this story mean to us as Druids? Well, when you look at Finn gets the Imas through entering into the other world. And it's the part of the thumb that gets caught in the other world that gives him the illumination. And Imas has a protective quality about it. He sets off in vengeance to find Carr-Gomm, but when he gets the illumination, what he gets is recognition and clarity. There is no vengeance to be had. Imas doesn't offer him that. It doesn't offer us that. And then you have the tree. So, of course, as Druids, we all resonate with trees. And in this story, Jarrah Curra finds a tree in the middle of the woods. It looks like an ordinary tree. But as he climbs, it's transformed into what we would call a billa. A billa is an old Irish word meaning sacred tree that offers sanctuary to Jarrah Curra. And it's not another worldly tree. It's a tree in this world. It is a real living tree. But it is a place of magic and it's a place of wonder. And as Druids, of course, we get that. And he is accompanied by 3 animals that represent the 3 realms. So you have the stag representing the earth, and you have blackbird representing the air, and you have the trout representing the sea. So here he is at one, protected by this billa, with the representatives of the 3 realms at one. And not only that, he's actually sharing food with them. So he's sharing, we assume maybe it's a hazelnut, that kernel of wisdom that both he and blackbird share together. And then he has the apple, and the apple is a symbol of healing, it's a symbol of restoration, of rebirth, of renewal, and he shares that with Stag. And I suppose one of the greatest mysteries is that he's sharing the drinking vessel with the stag at the foot of the tree, the bird on his shoulder, and the trout, and himself. And there's that sense of at oneness and harmony with nature. And I mentioned in my last talk, Tea with the Druid, we're talking about, and Philip has mentioned it many times, and I suppose anyone who's doing Tea with the Druid at this stage around climate emergency and how we need to care for nature. And last time I talked about how we are nature. We are at one, we are nature. And this story is around that, where here is this man seeking sanctuary within nature, within a sacred tree, with these sacred animals, these symbols, these representatives of the 3 realms. And then there's also the cauldron, this cauldron of life, this cauldron of renewal, this cauldron of rebirth. And that he finds the safe place. And we, with our Nature Connect, can find that place of renewal, healing, restoration. So what I would like to do is invite you on a journey to your billa, to your sacred tree. So sit back and find a comfortable sitting place, either in front of your laptop, your PC, or your phone. When you're ready, just close your eyes. So as you're sitting in the chair, I invite you to become aware of your breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Remember, with every in-breath, there are possibilities. And with every out-breath, there's a letting go. Breathing in and breathing out. And now I'd like you to imagine that you're standing in front of a forest. You see the forest, the woods before you, and you will notice a pathway leading deep into the forest. And I invite you to follow that path into the forest. And as you walk there, you notice the trees, what kind of trees there are. You notice the colours, the textures. What time of day is it? What is the weather like? Then become aware of the sounds in this forest. Maybe you hear the rustle of the wind and the trees and the leaves. Or birdsong, or the sounds of insects buzzing around you. And as you continue to walk along the path, be aware of the smells of the earth, perhaps the perfume of the different plants and the trees, or animal scents. And as you walk along the path, be aware of the earth beneath your feet and the texture of the earth. Is it hard? Is it soft? Are you walking directly on soil or you're walking on leaves? Just feel the energy of the earth and your connection to the earth as you walk along that path. Also sensing the energy of the trees and the woods around you. And then you come to a clearing, and in front of you is a tree. And you feel the tree calling to you, inviting you to come towards it. And as you do, you sense an invitation to climb up into this tree. This is a billet. This is your billet, your sacred tree. And you climb up with great ease. And you find a very comfortable place to sit in amongst the branches of the tree. It's as if this tree was made for you. And as you sit, you have a branch to your back supporting you. And you're sitting on a branch safely and comfortably. Feeling your connection with the trunk of the tree, right down to the roots, deep down into the earth. And feeling the connection with the branches above you and the leaves up into the sky. And as you're sitting there, you notice something moving on the ground below you, and you see Stag coming towards you, coming towards the tree. And he looks at you and greets you and leans up against the tree, and you can feel his energy coming into the tree, allowing you another connection with the earth energy. And then you hear the sound of wings, and you look, and there is Blackbird coming towards you, flying, and she gently lands on your right shoulder. And she sings a song. This song has a message for you, especially for you. What does she say to you? What does she sing to you? And then you pick up the vessel, a bronze vessel that you see. Inside is the trout of water. You hold the vessel in your two hands, and you look deep within to the water, the trout. You find yourself becoming at one with this vessel, You are the vessel and you hold it. And you're also within it. A container of water, a container of life. Feeling the energy of the trout. Feeling the wisdom to be had from this vessel. What is your mission? What is your purpose? What do you need to know right now? Now become yourself again. Become aware of the bronze vessel in your hand. You lay it down. And you notice some nuts. You take one and you have it and you give one to the blackbird. And you take the other one. This kernel of wisdom that you share with blackbird. Feeling that wisdom enter your body. And the insights that come with it. And then you look into the vessel and you see the apple and you pick it up and you divide it in two, giving half to Stag at the foot of the tree. He looks at you and thanks. And then you eat the other half of the apple, feeling its healing, feeling restored, feeling renewed, feeling reborn, feeling the qualities of this apple, filling every cell of your body. And then you take the vessel and you share the water with Stag, with blackbird, with trout, and yourself. Because this is a Billa, this is a sacred tree, this is a place of magic and wonder. It is possible for you all four to share this vessel, taking in the healing properties of this water. Feeling at one with earth, sky, and sea. At one with nature around you, part of nature. You are nature. Feeling that sense of love and renewal and gratitude. Gratitude for this connection, for this magic, this healing. Now it is time to leave. Climb down from the tree, giving thanks to Billa for all that you've received, and to blackbird, to trout and stag, and the vessel for all that you've received. You begin to walk along that path, carrying with you those gifts and insights and wisdoms. Begin to walk towards the edge of the forest until you're outside. And you turn back and you look at the trees, knowing you can go back there whenever you wish. And now allow your awareness of the forest to fade. And bring your awareness back to your physical body here, in your room, sitting in the chair, with the earth beneath your feet and the ceiling above you. Back fully present here and now, with that sense of rebirth and renewal. And take a deep breath. When you're ready, open your eyes. I can't see any comments, so I'm hoping people have commented. I see hearts and little things going up the side, but so I hope you're here. So I can't even name you or even welcome you, so forgive me for not naming you. Thank you for joining me tonight. I hope you enjoyed the story and the journey. Samhain fui washi Eve Galer. May you all have a good Samhain. And many stories. And I very wish you all the best until we meet again. I will look and see if there were comments. Somehow I'm not particularly savvy with all this technology. And if there are, then I'll be able to respond to you. Otherwise, slán go fóill. Goodbye for now.